he was maybe the best. Do you know that Isaiah's book, hundreds of years before Christ, was looked upon as the fifth gospel because of sections like Isaiah 53:5. But anyway, I digress. But also when Jesus went, I think, to Galilee and he was talking at the temple, he read from Isaiah. God's sovereign overruling. Ezra 6 ends with a pagan king not only authorizing the work, but funding it from the royal treasury. It reassures us that God can turn the plots of enemies into provisions for his people. What was meant, wasn't it Joseph that said what he did that was meant to harm me, God used it for good? Okay, let's go on to messianic significance, because there always is. Never fails. You can barely stitch two words together in the Old Testament and not have it be something about Jesus. Ezra 4-6 points towards the person and work of Jesus in several key ways. Jesus as the true temple, of course. While the exiles rebuilt a physical structure, Jesus identified himself as the true temple, which would be destroyed and brought back in 3 days, not 46 years, like the Pharisees and Sadducees said that it took for them to build the temple in the first place. But that was the stone temple, not the Jesus temple. His sacrifice made a way for blended and divided people to be made pure and become part of a new temple where God dwells by his Spirit. Zerubbabel, gotta love that name. You know, when I was looking for a name instead of my actual name, Gary Konigsberg, yeah, that's it. When I was becoming a new creature in Christ and I wanted to actually represent that with a new name that didn't have the old associations and so forth, I just chose Zeb from Zebedee. But it could have just as easily have been Zerubbabel. That would have been very mean to you, and anytime you saw me at the church, you could say, hey, Zerubbabel.